Ladies and gentlemen, it is your General Greene here with Austin G-Man. What is up? Today we've got a huge video. Jesus Christ is King, of course. Please like and share because we're going to go over the biggest risk today, now facing you personally worldwide. How to get prepared for that imminently. First off, we just love you. I love you. Austin loves you. God loves you. And Jesus Christ is Lord. Son, you want to say hello to everyone real quick?
Hello, guys.
How's your day been going?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. What have you been up to, dude? I see you working on your business.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to release any more details yet, or kind of keep this covert for the minute?
We're going to keep it like that.
Okay.
We will release very, very soon.
Awesome. Very cool. And I've been seeing you. Oh, there's another bee. We rebuke you, Satan. We rebuke you, Satan. By the way, seriously, that is spiritual. Those are spiritual attacks. Notice in the thumbnail of this video, which Austin just took, that freaking bee is in the shot, and now it's currently attacking us. We freaking rebuke you, Satan. We rebuke you, Satan. We rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus Christ. Seriously, though, I'm not even joking. That bee has been all over the general today. It's even like that shot that you took, man, it was in like superb focus. So pretty crazy. So we're worried. Now that we rebuke Satan and the evil doers, the son of perdition, because Jesus Christ is all too freaking powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Any other kind words to share with the audience? I got a lot of calls today. I'm so looking forward to the club calls. Where do you think crypto is going? Let's ask you, where do you think Bitcoin's going to go? Short, medium, long term, right? You're a Bitcoin rich kid. Yeah, give us your opinion.
I think it'll go up probably in the next month or two.
Okay, cool. Do you have any price targets? We're at about 113,000 right now.
Probably go to 150, I think.
Okay. All right, we're going to hold you to that.
Okay.
All right, because that's some massive gains, dude. 150K, I mean, that's some huge profits. Plus, the whole altcoin market's going to rally hard if we're hitting 150K. Well, cool. I'll let you get back to your business, son. I love you. God bless you. No, seriously, that bee, man, has been on full attack all freaking day, even in my freaking thumbnail. Absolutely insane. So I love you guys. Today I'm going to go over the biggest risk, how to prepare for it. It may not be what you think, although it's kind of also obvious. By the way, we just got these new hats. Got these in production. These are really, really popular. So I put these back into production. And in addition to that, we got our other island project camo, which I think is absolutely sick. By the way, my dad, super, super busy. Phase 2 and 3 of our new deck launching now. Make sure you book a reservation with him. You can also fill out an app. We've already closed our founders round. Now we're moving into phase 2 and 3, leading into our giant token event later this year. Make sure you get in. I'm going to talk about that. All of our exclusive resort properties already under management, acquisition, of course, for our amazing founders, our $33.5 million no bank debt founders round. There's never going to be anything like that ever again, but we have so much more open interest. People want to live their investment, folks. So now we are opening even higher premier tiers for all y'all tuning in for exclusive access year-round, best estate properties in the world, $5 million plus homes in beautiful Hawaii, Park City, Utah, and our international expansion into places like Tokyo and Thailand, Southeast Asia, the Philippines, Dubai, Singapore, the list goes on and on. So this is going to be a very, very exciting year as we really rev up the engines. My dad was saying, he's like, Christopher, you're kind of like Forrest Gump, right? You just keep running and you win the race, but you don't stop. You just keep going. And I always love that movie. It's a great metaphor not to think too hard. So keep this in mind in today's video. I call it, and I've called it for years through all my consulting calls, I call it the Forrest Gump principle or the Gump principle. Right? I may not be a smart man, Jenny, but I know what love is. Right? He didn't think too hard. He just took aggressive action, and he always seemed to have superior timing because he wasn't hesitating. Right? Supposedly Gump wasn't that smart, but that actually made him a genius. And in fact, aggressive action and confidence in your life, tuning in will get you far more and higher places in your life than overthinking will. I have a lot of friends. I love them. They're amazing people, but they overthink. They never start the business. They never take the risk. They've missed out on Bitcoin. They missed out on crypto. They're missing out on millions of dollars. They miss out on starting their business. They sometimes even miss out on starting a family. So think about this in all areas of your life. Don't think too hard. Simply do your due diligence and then execute. Perfect case and example, just bought a ton more Bitcoin earlier this morning. That's what I'm doing. I just share with you what I'm doing. Again, I've been buying Bitcoin since it was under $1,000, and now I'm still buying Bitcoin at $113,000. It has a market cap over and larger than Google stock, for those of you that don't know. So it's still very early. As you heard my son, 150K in his opinion, I think we're going higher, I think would be a conservative estimate over the next few months. So let's talk about that and then how and why you want to be preparing for this massive risk ahead, just like the bumblebee that somehow is in my face at the moment. I don't understand why. So, number one, very, very volatile week. This presents incredible buying opportunities for all of you tuning in. By the way, I have a lot of club calls, so make sure you register at the club. It is a must-do to access phase 2, 3 of our launch, future tokenization, all the amazing things we're doing with Island Project, plus a consultancy call, plus my 1000X picks, plus all my educational videos on the #1 platform, multi-million-dollar gold Rolex freaking platform, golden age platform in the world. Links below, islandprojectclub.com. It's right there, $1,500 one-time fee. Make sure you get in. So the Fed is meeting in, Jackson Hole, Wyoming this week. So a lot of volatility. Institutions typically sell into that meeting, waiting for Jerome Powell and his hawkishness, and of course, the inevitable interest rate cuts that are coming very, very soon. So likely, we're going to get more rockiness, more volatility. This creates incredible buying opportunities, in my humble opinion. And then in addition to that, we soar through the end of the week. I told you it would be autistic August, and we did break new all-time highs in Bitcoin. We were at 124K just about a week ago when I was in Oahu, boo, at the Trump Booyah, because we bought the Trump Booyah. Yeah, that's right. Talk to my dad about that again for your stays, for Deck 2, for Phase 2, for Phase 3, into tokenization, everything we're doing. We have so much demand as a part of our worldwide project. It's ridiculous. But let's get to you. Let's get to what you're faced moving forward, what your children and your grandchildren are facing. And hopefully it's not too windy. It's a windy day today. The greatest risk to you in the coming days, weeks, and months is not taking action, not buying and owning Bitcoin, not learning about crypto, not buying real assets like with us here at islandproject.com, not participating in Deck 2, not buying RSR, not having any exposure. Your greatest risk actually today is not participating in the AI robotic revolution, as most blue and white collars, some blue's pretty decently secure in certain areas, but a lot of white collar jobs are being replaced by this new AGI, artificial general intelligence, specialized intelligence. We talked about even yesterday, they have robots now in artificial wombs, of which they will be bearing children. I mean, raising huge ethical, moral issues in my perspective, and just another sign of the times, of the spiritual times. So I've told you from day one that your greatest risk, this was from the early days of Bitcoin when it was trading under 1,000, and then 3,000 and 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and then 50,000, and then 100,000, 113,000, as high as 124,000 just earlier last week. I've always told you your risk isn't buying Bitcoin. It is actually not buying Bitcoin. See, your greatest risk was not buying the Founders Round here at islandproject.com. And your second greatest risk is not getting into Deck 2. Your greatest risk is not participating in your own life. Live your investment. So these are massive, massive tells of where we are headed. Again, we have tokenization coming from World Liberty 5 very soon. Donald Trump has engineered a golden age, much like we saw in Athens, Greece, or during the Renaissance. Even symbolically, the White House has been completely redecorated into a golden era type persona. We saw this at his meeting yesterday with European leaders. Vladimir Zelensky, as the peace deal is now being organized. Again, that's coming in the coming days. So I want you to understand, you're going to have successful negotiations with Vladimir Putin, successful negotiations in the trilateral, okay, with Zelensky and Trump. And you know what? Trump actually showed a sign of himself today, which I really admire, actually. And he showed more humility than is typical, actually, of Trump. He said that, he's not a perfect guy, I'm paraphrasing a bit, and he really hopes he gets into heaven. This is actually what he said. And I think this is really dear and honest of him, because I think at times we all feel this way, that maybe we're not doing enough. But he said, if I do get in, and I hope I do, and I pray that I do, hopefully the notch on my belt will not be these other things, but it'll be bringing peace to Ukraine. There's been millions of people slaughtered in that war. There's millions of people, guys, gone forever. So understand, even if you don't like Trump, bringing peace and stability to that part of the world is one of the best things that could ever be done for children, for men on the battlefield, and for the women who have lost their men on the battlefield. So just keep that in mind, and we should pray for Donald Trump. And again, pray for people's hearts right now, even our enemies. Pray for them. Pray that their hearts will soften in this time of crisis, in this time of need, that they will grow the relationship with the Lord and God and make the right move. So many of you are overthinking. You're overthinking. It's honestly why you're broke. It's why most people aren't rich. You do understand it's a competition. It's a race of sorts. Not everybody can be a winner. I hope you understand that. There's a reason why the majority of the population's freaking broke and unhappy and overweight and not in good relationships or struggling in various areas, because only few people are actually winning. So to be winning, you actually have to think different, but you have to be different. You have to invest different. You have to act different. You have to take risks different. And so this has been really, a primary undercurrent and foundational principle and message of my entire platform over the last 20 years. I mean, you saw a dude from his basement in his 20s rise, broke, from nothing with nothing, literally broke in 2008 and 09, and literally built a multi-billion-dollar company, an internationalized framework, the inventor, the innovator and visionary of tokenized fractional real estate. We're literally in the Guinness Book of World Records. We're the first people to ever do this in Hawaii, the first people ever to do it in Park City. We'll be the first people to do this in Thailand. The first people to do it overseas. Mexico, that's coming too. By the way, that's going to be sick. Love Cabo, love a couple other of these really amazing locations. So we're populating all over the world, right? So we're creating this whole freedom ecosystem. And the beauty of it is I read these testimonials and people make videos all the time and I show them to you. They're like, Christopher, I have had no better investment in my life. I'm in your founders round. I came in with $500,000. I get 2 weeks a year anywhere I want, exclusive concierge access. We get to stay at properties we normally couldn't afford on our own. We can go to different places. We have a diversified investment. We have a future return on capital, plus appreciation, all the capital gains, plus future income distribution, and your tokenization. You got to be freaking kidding me. Wait until you see what we do with Deck 2, Phase 2, and 3. We've had so much overage. My father is working overtime right now. Text him, add your units. If you're an existing founder, add to the higher tiers for more use and access as part of not just the founders round, but the Phase 2 as we launch. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I have major purchases in process now and spec developments that we're working on in places like Big Island. We're going to be rounding out each island as we buy multiple properties in our ecosystem and then continue expanding very aggressively internationally in the coming days, weeks, and months. This whole year is going to be nuts, guys. My son is right. Bitcoin will be trading at 150K very, very soon. That's from Austin G. He knows what he's talking about, dude. He's a Bitcoin rich kid. Okay, he understands. I've been teaching him this stuff for a very, very long time. And so it's early. It's just the beginning. And the animal spirits and the emotion of that fear of missing out hasn't even hit yet. Look, guys, if you're not convicted in your life, you're never going to get ahead. Most people balk or choke Have you ever heard about that in, like sports, right? Like a lot of people, they just can't handle the pressure. When the real moment hits or an opportunity is staring them right in the face, instead of taking action, they wimp out. Those people always lose. The people that win aren't that smart. Forrest Gump wasn't that smart, guys. There's so many people you probably even know. They're not that smart. They're taking more action than you. They're not overthinking. They're buying Bitcoin. They're in Island Project, which is the smart investment, but they're in these things. They're taking action in their own lives. They're taking risks. You have to understand, if you don't act, you're never going to get ahead. There's a risk-return relationship. Don't get caught up in overthinking. I know a lot of supposed brainiacs like that. They overthink so much that even when a good thing is staring them right in the eye, they don't take any action. And then later on, they're like, man, that was pretty obvious. That sucks that I didn't get to participate in that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Like, could you imagine if I hesitated starting my YouTube channel in 2008-09? People said I was nuts and it was crazy. And by the way, people don't think you're a little crazy. You're actually not a visionary. You don't have anything good. There should be a portion of people that actually think you're a little crazy, right? People thought Jeff Bezos was crazy when he launched Amazon. They thought he was nuts. Some bald guy in his freaking basement, he's like sitting there on his freaking computer, thought he was nuts. The list goes on and on and on, from Nikola Tesla to Elon Musk, all their eccentricities. Again, they're considered crazy, and then they call them geniuses after they pull it off, right? Island Project's crazy, but now that it owns $33.5 million of no bank debt real estate all over the soon-to-be freaking world, and it's going to billions and billions of dollars, it doesn't look crazy anymore. It's just now considered genius. In fact, my dad's been alerting me too. He's like, hey, we're starting to see some copycats out there, which are very stale. But it's funny. I'm like, well, Dad, we're the innovators. We basically prove the impossible, all glory to God. And then everybody just, follows and copies eventually after it's a proven model. Whether or not this is Bitcoin, social media, it's really any of the companies that I've launched in the years past. You remember when I was on Fox News during the lockdowns? You remember during the lockdowns, which I predicted? Remember when I was on Fox News? Do you remember that? Yeah, I was on Fox freaking News at the heart of the lockdowns in 2020. There's this guy on the internet selling bug out bags and food storage, and he's done it right before the lockdowns, and now sales are breaking new all-time freaking highs, which they did. Our sales broke all records, and everything from gold to silver to the precious metals that I've recommended, that I own, that I sell you guys, to the Bitcoin courses, to BitcoinRich.com, to IslandProjectNowClub.com, to our real estate endeavors, everything we've done with Island Project. We've always been the first mover. So I want you to think about this today. And the reason why I'm so pumped up and amped up, and again, I'm scaling and I've been buying a ton more crypto even today. I mean, I'm buying Bitcoin right now, guys. People ask me all the time, are you still buying Bitcoin? Yes. Why would you not buy Bitcoin? Grant Cardone just bought more Bitcoin today, for crying out loud. Okay, we've got Michael Saylor buying more freaking Bitcoin. El Salvador's buying more freaking Bitcoin. BlackRock's buying more Bitcoin. You're not buying Bitcoin? You got to be freaking out of your mind. You haven't booked a call at the club? You got to be freaking crazy. See, that's crazy. Don't be crazy. Also, have I explained to you that the Trump administration and the White House is now cutting deals with Fortune 100. So, for example, the U.S. government will be, and taxpayers will be actually taking a stake in Intel computers. Some of you may or may not know this. They're going to take upwards of a 10% equity non-governance position in Intel as a result of their CHIPS Act, which will give money to the companies. They want a stake in the investments as they're giving money. That's how it should actually work. They're going to do the same thing and are doing the same thing with Bitcoin. They're going to provide incentives. Remember how I told you that they're going to provide incentives to the miners to net neutral buy Bitcoin? How they're going to issue debt to buy net neutral Bitcoin? How they're going to sell treasury bonds, but also Bitcoin-backed bonds? How they're also going to collect taxes and accept Bitcoin through tariffs and excise taxes, fees, state governments at the federal level, etc. So all of this is happening now, and still, yet so many of the American public are missing this. So here is my main overarching point and warning today. Your greatest risk is sitting on your butt, not taking action, not booking a call, not owning any Bitcoin, not owning real estate, not participating in the future of money and technology, the technology that's now worth more than Nvidia stock, a technology that's now worth more than freaking Google, Bitcoin specifically, a technology like Ethereum that's going to go to 15 grand very, very soon in a macro freaking giant move, and a technology like Litecoin and these meme coins, and stablecoin networks like RSR, founded by Peter Thiel and Sam Altman, not participating in AI, OpenAI, ChatGPT, you're the one that's going to lose. So a lot of people fear change. They fear new technology, and there's always a healthy sense of skepticism, and sure, it's going to transform society much in Luddite fashion. But stop pointing fingers at other people and blaming the world for the fact you haven't gotten ahead. You have all the tools, all the material. You've had all the warnings. I mean, look at me. I've been warning you guys for how many years with Bitcoin? 15 plus? Okay, I told you real estate would skyrocket during the lockdowns. What did it do? Skyrocketed. Because all of the smart money and all of the wealthy keep buying the best properties in the world. They get into the camo, the island project. They're getting into phase 2 and phase 3. Smart investors want a piece of the rock, so it appreciates over time, so they can cash in, so they can build legacy investments, so they can live their actual investment. Why would you stay at a hotel, dump your money to Bill Gates' owned Four Seasons? If you can own your own property through Island Project, call my dad right now, get into the phase 2, enjoy yourself, and park it with Christians. As your money grows, makes money long-term for your kids and grandchildren, earns income, and allows you to travel anywhere in the freaking world. Like, again, think this through. Your actions matter. Vote with your wallet. And it's also how you get ahead, even selfishly, even just emotionally, for the crying out loud. Like, so many of you have told me, Christopher, alert us, alert us, alert us. What's going to happen next? Look, we want to get in. I don't want to miss it again, and I've given you every opportunity. Just like I'm giving you the opportunity now. My dad, Papa John, 808-442-2934. Make an RSVP. Speak with them privately. Major announcements coming at the club as well. Book a call with me at the link below. We can discuss further. Make sure you participate in phase 2. That's going to go out real quick. Guys, we are so overfunded with open interest. It is ridiculous. We will be buying 10 more additional properties shortly, then 20, 30, 100. Do you understand? Do you understand how big this is? You do realize that the crazy guy on the internet just proved a multi-billion-dollar concept. It's already been done. It was Gumped. I'm Forrest Gump. Remember when he bought Apple computers, right? And he was like, yeah, I bought a fruit company. Now I never have to work again. And he just cut grass. That'll probably be me someday, like when I'm 80 and I'm just chilling. You know, so like, again, it's staring you right in the eye. And you should be emotional about this. And I'm passionate and impassioned about warning you all about what's ahead, because so many of you still will miss it. You won't participate. How many of you missed a 30K entrance in Island Project? A lot of you. And then boom, 150K minimum. The minimums are going up, guys. You keep freaking missing it. Our investors make more and more money as the months and the days and the years go on. You're missing Bitcoin. You're missing Ethereum. You're missing XRP. You're missing a club call. You're missing RSR. You're missing Trump coin. You're missing Litecoin. You're missing your life. Do you understand? Why would you own a stock or a stupid index fund or a REIT? What the heck are you going to do with that, man? Nothing. You can't use it. You can't enjoy it. You can't live it. It provides no diversification at all. And a lot of you are still investing with companies that hate your guts. Like, if you're giving money to BlackRock, you're only helping the deep state. If you have your retirement account at these large institutions that hate you, that want to remove home ownership from you, we do the opposite, who want to remove your ability to drive a car, you're only helping your own demise. You're helping to bury your freaking children in a grave. Think about that for a minute. You're responsible. You've got to take aggressive action. Be Gump and enjoy your life. You know, one of the easiest ways to make money is to do your due diligence on world-class investments like the Island Project. Reach out, speak with my father. You can still fill out an app. That'll give us a tickle, and then that way we can alert you for phase 2. In addition to that, all the great things we're doing with our soon-to-be tokenization launch, but we reveal a lot more information I can't speak to publicly. All of our currently owned properties, current under wraps acquisitions now, expansion overseas, that's opening up an entirely new market. In Southeast Asia, I have a lot of Australian, New Zealand investors, for example, and people in Asia. I have a few Japanese investors as well, so it's going to be really easy for them to hit those parts of the world. Bali Booyah, you saw me flying in helicopters all around over the last couple years. Remember, I was on my yacht out in Thailand going island hopping. What do you think we were doing? Shopping. Now we're buying. Do you get it? I've got investors at every single property the Island Project owns enjoying themselves and their lifestyles while they make money. You know, crypto's really volatile, right? It's kind of emotional. A lot of people can't handle it. You know what's not volatile? Island Project. No bank debt. You just make money no matter what. See our terms and disclaimers, not financial advice. You get to use this stuff. In addition to that, you don't got to worry about the freaking market. In addition to that, it's professionally managed by me, our team, and more importantly, God. And we've turnkeyed and soon to turnkey the entire tokenization process, relieving any stress on your part, making it very, very easy. And you're going to see that it'll be much more familiar and much more of the program as this stuff mainstreams too. Again, you'll see in the future that, you know, using wallets and these kinds of things that I teach will be very much, not cutting edge anymore. It'll just be easy. It'll be right on your cell phone, and you'll just have an app for everything. It's going to be easy to manage your wallets. I mean, you can spend all your crypto now with a Visa and MasterCard. All of the exchanges have it, from Coinbase to Gemini to Crypto.com, which is one of my 1000x picks early on in school over a decade ago when it used to be MCO. I made millions on that one. Made my students millions on that. I mean, you're welcome. You're welcome. Again, guys, we're the gold freaking Rolex, dude. It's freaking golden age. We're the Lamborghini. Dude, my Lamborghini is freaking on the mainland. I keep it in a special garage just so they can buff it out. I only drive it like a few times a year. Again, you're thinking too small. You're thinking too little in your life. You're being bitch slapped by the deep state. You've taken no action, which is why you're controlled. You're blaming other people for your own problems and faults. This is hard love too. I'm here to motivate you. You know, Tom Brady is a great athlete. I admire him. And he's also very healthy. And you can see that. You can see how healthy he is. I mean, look at his longevity. He's on this like anti-inflammatory type diet. He doesn't even drink coffee, for crying out loud. I don't think I could do that. But he doesn't even drink tea. He doesn't even have caffeine. And one thing, he's told a good story that I'll share with you. He said when he was rising up into the NFL, he was bitching to his coach. He was like, how come you're not giving me the same opportunities? You know, how come I'm not in the starting lineup? And the coach sat his ass down and said, why don't you stop, bitching for a moment and take the available opportunities you actually have and just focus on being the best when it's presented to you. And he's like, oh yeah, it's actually good advice. Well, he did that, and then he rose into the NFL, even though I forget what pick he was. He was like one of the last picks in the draft. It wasn't like he was picked first. So you need to look at these opportunities in your own life just like that. God has given you all the tools you need to be successful. He's giving you opportunities every single day, just like I've given you opportunities. My 30K investors, all millionaires. I have to say I can't predict future returns. I'm not a financial advisor. See our terms and disclaimers. My 30K nutters that got in, you're a millionaire. I hope you understand that. I hope you understand how special the Founders Round is. Everything we're doing. Crazy. You've all had that same opportunity. Now, if you're just coming in, and I have tens of thousands of new followers that just started watching, don't miss phase 2. Get into deck 2, speak with my father. Call him at 808-442-2934. If you're an existing member, if you've got 200 units, you want to step it up to 500, reserve it with my father. Larry just stepped it up to the Diamond Nuts tier. Larry just hit 1 million. He hit 1 million with us. I've got Michelle adding 200 units tomorrow. I've got a call. You know who you are. She's one of my existing investors, breaking into a whole new tier. I have several families at 1 million a pop each across. Do you understand? They're getting so much for their money, so much value, so much entertainment, and so much love and appreciation, especially from my father. and our whole team and all the beautiful things that we're doing that are allowing people to do something extraordinary and to pivot, leverage, profit, and innovate in this exciting new framework that a lot of you are still missing today. Let's go look at crypto real quick. Then I'm going to close. I've got calls. Look, I wish I could take 100 a day, but I can't. I did open up 3 more spots today. Make sure you book your reservation. At the very least, subscribe to it. Get in with the one-time payment to get my next video that will be private coming out. It will also give you exclusive access, even if we don't speak one-on-one. It'll give you private exclusive access to the phase 2, and as we move into our tokenization launch. You're going to want to be there. My early birds win. You know, people think that I somehow owe something to the public. I owe my investors, my members, they're first. They're number one. I love all people and I give free value and alpha to the American and public worldwide all day freaking long. I've been doing that for years, giving more than I receive. But understand, it's the insiders getting rich. Do you get it? This is how the world works. You've got to participate. You've got to take action. You've got to bet on yourself. You got to stop FOMOing later when it's too late. You got to stop panic buying into Bitcoin after it's trading at $1 million. You've got to get in now. You know, our minimums are going up. You're going to freaking miss it. Listen to what I'm telling you. We can only do so much. We can only manage so many members. Understand, that's a responsibility of our team. We can only manage so many people. So spaces are limited. And I'm so amazed and I have so much enormous gratitude and I'm so thankful for this journey with you all. Let's talk about crypto real quick. We'll go to it. Then we're going to close. islandprojectclub.com. Call Papa John 808-442-2934. That's 808-442-2934. I bought more Bitcoin today at about 112K, actually. I think I kind of caught that bottom maybe. It's always tough to do that. I always dollar cost average. I always recommend that. Maintain an asset allocation. Ethereum, you can buy Ethereum here. Absolutely can add to that now since it's corrected about 10% in the last 7 days. Remember, it was trading at 1,500, guys, just a couple of months ago when I was telling you to buy it. It was a freaking steal. It's freaking tripled, for crying out loud. You're welcome. XRP making huge sizable moves. You could even add a little bit to XRP here. Again, we're still trading at a near $4 trillion market cap. Bought and added a little bit of Trump coin earlier this morning. That's what I did personally. You can be buying and still add RSR. It's going to be a 10, 20, 30, 100x very soon. I think it's going to 1,000x long term. In the Ethereum ecosystem too, I've got some picks that I only speak to privately, as well as what I'm looking for is kind of the big poker tell on how to allocate and rotate as we kind of come into the close of the year. I'm revealing all of that information at the club. I love you guys so much. Again, peace is being declared in Ukraine. Don't believe the mainstream media. They're lying psychopaths. They hate your guts. They told you not to buy Bitcoin. They told you not to get into the greatest world asset in world history. BlackRock told you Bitcoin was a scam. Now they're making sure you and your kids will never afford a house again. They're buying every single family house in the United States of America. They hate you guys. They're taking it all unless you participate and you join Christians. You've got to collectively move. How do you think churches are built? People organized with like minds, with a similar ethos, with the same beliefs. No one's perfect, but they join together. They have power. We see this all the time. You see it in political movements. Look at Trump. They hate him so much. They hate Donald Trump. They said he would be in jail. Now he's the leader of the free world. Remember, they indicted him. It was all a falsehood. It was all fake. The mainstream media hates you. They lie to you. So don't believe them when they say Russia's, outwitted Trump. No way, dude. Trump's got it completely under control. He's brokering freaking peace. As a businessman CEO, much more like a businessman, honestly, than a president at this point, although I believe him to be very diplomatic, albeit extremely controversial. What we have ahead, again, is a massive, massive up only in artificial intelligence technologies, a huge, huge move into robots, a human replacement. That's a guarantee, less jobs. I mean, they're even talking about population decline, but I don't believe that. The statistics that I read say we'll be at 10 billion within the next several decades. So maybe the population starts to decline after that based on some of the projections, but it's all a lie. Like, for example, they say the Chinese are going to go to the moon. Lie. The US government hasn't even been back to the moon since 1971. Lie, 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 lie. Again, they always lie. They told you Donald Trump would be in jail. Lie, lie, lie. He's the president of the United States. They told you not to buy Bitcoin. Lie, lie, lie. Now Bitcoin's worth more than Google stock. All they do is constantly lie. They told you were going to die in 2020. Lie, 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 lie. I have to say that's my opinion, but everyone I know is still standing. Everyone's doing fine. Everyone's freaking great. It's always fear-mongering. See, they fear-monger you. I tell you the truth. I empower you. I give you tools. I give you equipment to get wealthy. This is not prosperity gospel. It's just tools. Build the kingdom of God with us. Build kingdom wealth. Look up. We're all going up. Up freaking only. Join us. You've got to get in. Experience and enjoy what we've built. To me, it's the most fun and greatest thing. I think the part of the Island Project mission statement is just helping people to really live their best selves. You know, to motivate people to live their best lives, to get those memories and bankroll them with your kids while they're still young. If you got children like me, man, I only got so much time before they'll probably want to be out of the house, and then they're gonna, go off and do their own things, and they're gonna get married, and they're not gonna be with us anymore. Get those memories. If you're a grandparent, man, buy Island Project. Get into a phase 2 for your kids, your grandkids, man. Leave something beautiful to them. Leave something that will outlast yourself and build a legacy asset. So many advantages to real estate ownership as well. I mean, amortization, depreciation, ways to buy, which we are looking at in the future as we, build out the roadmap multi-decades. But of course, you can do 1031 exchanges and, so many creative ways to keep snowballing what has already been built. All glory to God. So it's so amazing. I love you all. I am your freaking general. God bless you. And I've got calls to take. If I don't know you, I can't cash flow you. So again, Gump. Be Gump. It's the Gump principle. Stop hesitating. Click the link below. Get in. Call my dad. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to get rich. That's the worst thing that's going to happen. You're going to get rich. There's no bank debt. None. Like, again, it's insane to me that people live their whole lives missing out. And then they die and they're like, how come I never took any action? Don't let that be you. Go big, go up only. Don't just have a little faith, have monster faith. Again, if you're convicted, if you trust God, if you have faith in the King, you will move ahead. You will face and walk through fear and fire. You will be convicted and take action. You'll take risks in your life because you owe that to God. Do you understand? You owe Him to be your best self, to be the best vessel, to be the best that you can be, to be what even Trump says, great. You owe it to yourself, your kids, and your family. No one else is at fault. Sure, bad things happen to all of us. All of us face trial and tribulations. All of us lose loved ones. All of us hit speed bumps, but it's all a matter of perspective. Perspective on life, and the most important thing is to always keep getting up every single day, asking for what you actually want in life. A lot of people say, well, Christopher, I want to make $10,000 a month. Maybe that's their first marker. And I'm like, well, are you asking for that? Are you asking to make $10,000 a month? Are you actively selling or engaging in a business, asking for more money? Have you gone to your boss recently and been like, I want to raise? Or if you're an entrepreneur, are you taking action, solving other people's problems? Are you inventing stuff? Most of you aren't even asking for what you want. Ask for exactly what you want. If you want $1 million, ask for it. You want $1 billion, ask for it. If you want to build a business, ask for that. If you want a girlfriend, ask her out. It's that easy. I'm telling you, Gump. Be Gump. Be Gump. It's a strategic freaking advantage. Then go all in. You'll win every single time. Everyone else has shaky hands. Everyone else is faltering. Everyone else is scared, biting their little fingernails. While very few people are winning, getting rich, prospering. They're close to God and they're doing it different. They're thinking different. Again, take more time, read more books, read the Bible every day. Get out there, get engaged. Do some networking. Network with Island Project members. Another reason to get into the world-class investment. Be with real freaking people. Throw your cell phone in the trash a few days a week. You don't even need it. Get out there. Go bigger, big, build bigger. And as I've always coined, not just live your investment, registered trademark of Island Project, the Digital Nose Arc, registered trademark, and also, live your investment. Do and be great. So, I'm really looking forward to our next calls. I love you all. Keep you updated on these critical updates. Austin, Simon, you know who you are. Pat, and also Diego. I'm speaking with you guys next, and I will be giving you a call right now. God bless. Jesus Christ is King. Links below. Crush the algos. Leave a comment now. And click the link below, islandprojectclub.com to get in.